rest of the split isn't happening, so he just kind of gets caught out there for no reason.
Yeah, I'd like to see the dervishes and the mesmer or the necro or somebody get out and then like already be in the base and then he moves over, kind of like a secondary kind of run off. But
I mean, you generally don't use your healers to initiate a split. I mean, once again, he drew his team out and got amazing brutal exploded there, who is now, I'm almost positive, 60 DP'd.
Chikorita's making a champion play here. Look at this.
Oh man.
He's running for his life right now.
Well, base defense has once again exited the base to support his team. Only time will tell if base defense gets base dumpstered, but...
Notice he spelled his name wrong, and D-E-F-E-N-S-E, not a C, so...
Poor spelling is not what we like to see. Bodyguard down, meanwhile. Looks like the Spike team is tired of the round game, and they are just hammering into the base right now.
Well, with that Dervish 60, I mean, presumably he's the guy with their Death Pact, and I'm assuming that Necro has a flash. It's just nothing keeping SC down, both knights and the guard down. Oh, things are just looking worse and worse.
Liam just kinda stand. No, SC has no healing at the stand side. They have to use that incoming to heal themselves as they run around.
Chikorito is in champion mode, deep in the base.
Really easy kill. Really easy
Jet
kill.
Dog Stomper's been at like 10% health for so long. He's like, I'm just gonna die, just sig me. We're perma boosting, it doesn't matter.
Jackie really has no chance at catching this spike. I think the only thing SC can do is slash resign and smile.
There comes a point where you want to resign to save face, and you're kind of getting to that point.
Maybe even Alt F4. They just need to kind of cover their heads up and leave this one.
I think the big important thing here is Brutal is alive and good again. He's DP'd out, but he's
they have traded Jackie's life for the life of Brutal, but I mean, would you rather have a Jackie man or a very brutal man? Turn the game around.
I'd rather have a Gilward alive, and there's death. And this one, mercifully, for everybody's sake, comes to an end.
Thank God. Stonebender prophecy.
Well played by VAR, it's just... for watching it, not a fan sport.
I hope our stream can catch me moving over to Hates here. I'm delivering 10 keys as we speak.
We're gonna have to watch the other one, I think. See if I get 10 more, or give these right back to you.
Oh, there's the 10. Alright, let's see.
You guys want to watch the other semifinals? I think we should do both semifinal matches at least. So why not? Let's do it.
I mean, this one is still going, so it could be an epic match.
It should last just long enough before the finals game comes up, so it should be.
Actually, the finals will be up in 10 minutes. Alright, whatever. We'll go in. We'll go in. Okay. Have fun, GG, versus what are you talking about in 3, 2, 1. I'm in 1 minute in. Looks like we have a Tripter versus Tripter Fun Fest. 2 ineptitude mesmers on WTF though. Now, I'm so glad I'm not part of Have Fun GG, because if I was one of those dervishes, I would be thrown out the window at this point. Not amused at all.
That's pretty interesting build choice, using those two ineptitudes. Basically, their midline is not going to be able to do much at all to these monks. Just relying on pressure on the front line, forcing those monks to heal there while their dervs try to get on those monks who have to push up to heal the dervishes.
Definitely kind of a strange choice, though, I mean, in terms of doing damage, because the dervish's effectiveness is slightly neutered by the tar. Then again, so are the monks that are kiting, and you know what? Apparently WTF does not care, because that dervish just got crushed. In fact, he gets up and gets crushed again. Ouch.
Oh, that was painful. I'm watching this Mesmer here. He's not using any interrupts. I don't know if he's just not able to hit these illusion guys or what. He's just diversioning. That's it.
His bot maybe turned off. He's having difficulties with it. We don't know, so we will see.
I still don't want to pass judgment on the stream. We're on live TV here. We have standards to uphold. I'm just gonna call him good until proven otherwise.
Spirit Shackles too. I mean, they're putting that on the Ranger. That's really gonna mess
Missed
him
power
up.
block on Monk 6. Perhaps he is not botting after all.
You guys can both attest to this. How annoying are Spirit Shackles? It's one of those skills that if it just sits on you, it adds up, right?
It's
really
kind of hard
irritating.
to fit into a team build, but if you can fit it in, it's just so tilting. Like,
On a range,
it's just one of those skills that makes you want to not play the game anymore. Mind Distraction, as a Dom Mesmer, he's really being shut down just by being trained out, but you know what? Dr. Grifo getting shut down by being trained out too. He's dead. WTF is taking a ton of pressure here in the Taro. The Ineptitudes are just not paying. They can't really cause enough pressure to keep Love off of them, so Love's Dervishes take some damage, but then they just don't care, because the rest of the team isn't taking damage at all. Meanwhile, WTF is under degen pressure, Dervish pressure. It's bad.
And that Donovan does add up a little bit. I mean, if he lands one good power block, good diversion, good shame, and then he's got the Shatter Enchant for kind of a helper, he can do a lot of work for the team. Blood Red going down. Arc Light taking damage.
I haven't seen any interrupts on these Mesmers, though I haven't been looking. Okay, they do have Leech Signets, so they should be able to keep Mind Distraction down a little bit, but I mean, over the course of a match, he's guaranteed to get some shames and diversions off.
Mind Distraction just faked out on all three of his interrupts by Kengo's girl. Good job.
Yeah, I only saw the power block faked out, but solid play there. Mind Distraction taking a lot of damage in his cast set. I mean, stuff like that's gonna let WTF back in the game if they need too much damage where they don't need to. He's got to watch that. Meanwhile, we still have a good old-fashioned slugfest here. I'd almost like to see one of these Ineptitudes split off. Honestly, two Ineptitudes are kind of like not really overkill, but just not accomplishing very much. And what are they going to send back on one splitting Ineptitude? They can't send the Dom Mesmer because he'll not do anything. They can't send the Ranger because he'll get blown up by Ineptitude. Same for Dervishes. I think
Trojan, we've seen
really some problems.
We've seen this Binter guy up here on the up top for this entire match, basically. What are his thoughts here? What's he trying to accomplish by staying up top? I mean, obviously there's some limitations with his mobility.
Currently, he's using a longbow. I don't really know if that's recommended in PvP. He's probably using it for the range because he can't reach other players. But using his recurve, I assume he's trying to get height advantage, which gives just a little bit of additional damage. Also, due to the trajectory on this map, it allows your interrupts to actually hit faster than if you were at a distance because of the fact you're right on top of them. So you could be using that as an advantage, also to run around up top. So we'll see.
Mind Distraction gets a nice shame there. He's really making his presence felt. You see how much
he seems to be
putting into shutting him down, and even then he's still being effective.
Seems to be going for Kingo's girl over Wong Tai Li in terms of his shutdown.
They did just catch a Dervish off of a really nice Ineptitude proc. So maybe if they time their spikes with good anti-melee triggers, they could still win this. I mean, we just got a good old-fashioned European 8-on-8 slugfest here, so it could honestly go either way at any time.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The build it really looks like a stall build. Like, if the game were to come down to lower damage, they definitely have the better scenario because of the anti-melee. So we'll see if they can push it out to 28. I think what WTF will win at 28 if they can get the match to last that long.
I think if the match does go that far, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Mind Distraction would pay off in trying to just like end the game when you get in the 2-on-2. If he goes on the offensive end and tries to just like shut down the healers there, maybe get some kills in there and just end the game before 28. But in that 26 to 28 minute mark, I think he'd be useful there. I do agree that the edge is probably to them, or them being WTF for winning at 28.
Mind Distraction misses another P block. They're really relying on him to get something crucial. Diversion goes out there and is not hit, so.
Joe, you said if they can time their spikes off ineptitude, how reliable is that really? I mean, is that even something that's going to go through?
Absolutely, I'm going to put 100% unreliable and would probably not be coordinated at all. They're like, I mean, you can have it in the back of your mind where you're like, we'll spike their front line a lot and try and get them off an ineptitude trigger, but you won't coordinate between your mid line and your front line on that. Like, I mean, since you have 2 ineptitudes, you're just throwing so many out there that kind of eventually, if that's your game plan, you're going to make it happen. That
they're killing that guy a lot.
Is just dead on the charge.
I mean, if you get a dead frontliner, that game changes. Survive deep the people, but if you have a frontliner that basically can't get up front, I mean, he can't even line back, right? I mean, they'll just turn and kill him again. I mean, it's bad for him right now.
Well, Lieutenant Lineback is known for giving out that DP on the melee. He tends to line back in most of his games, and he's doing a pretty good job of it here by Iraqi on her dude.
The thing about the WTF linebacking is I've noticed a couple of times anytime the Dervish just turn to lineback them back, they just eat altitudes, and the spikes are like when the Dervish just turn to rage lineback, they get totally messed up. But say the dude all game, he's really paying off. Like he's keeping targets poisoned. Kind of gets some more interrupt through and create some windows here, but
and another one.
Lieutenant Lineback is just MVP of this game. He is shredding.
They've also relegated Dr. Electro to flag running, so their pressure, Love's pressure is going down. Like, they're not getting what they were. And now if this other Dervish eats another death, it's looking bleak for them. They're going to have to start moving around. They do have a Ranger, so that kind of gives them sort of an edge, but an Ineptitude guy can just follow him around.
That Ranger is moving around. Binto D-shot there, looking for the big play here off on the side. Gets shut down by the Ineptitude, as you said, but thought that counts. Although he's not having any of that. Mesmer tries to put clumsiness on him, and he gets it leech-sigged, so Binto D-shot there, he doing some crazy stuff over there.
He has spirit shackles on him, so he's not really allowed to.
Choosing to throw away his energy just to spread poison. Not sure I agree fully with that one.
Nice interrupt on life right there, pretty long distance. This game's pretty much a, I don't know if I'd say stalemate, but slowly taking place.
I have to say I really like Love's positioning. I mean, they're keeping all three of their healers split up in different directions. They're not really letting them get, let Dervish just bounce back and forth between them. In fact, Mind Distraction is he's moved down on the onto the midline. Like diversions are starting to go out on the midline now. In fact, he's moved off the midline again, back on the monk. So maybe they're looking for their killing play again here.
I think they saw that they had gotten a little wave of pressure through, so they tried to get a clutch diversion on an RC or something. They didn't get it.
Kingo's girl, the Promunk here, is just doing a crazy job. Like, if you've seen